So you write this story and you think of a mysterious woman that has to play that with, from France or maybe from Eastern Europe. And the first thing that comes to mind is, of course, Isabelle Huppert.
Yes.
Is that how it worked?
Basically, yeah. I mean, you know, it's like, I suppose I could have cast an American, but to me, it was about an encounter between Europe and America, you know, and it's almost like a Henry James thing, but in a horror movie, or you know, it's like the American ingenue meets European complexity and darkness and kind of sophistication. I mean, to me, Greta's character could have come out of a Northern European wood, like Hansel and Gretel, you know, strange little character in these. Do you understand what I mean? And I've always been intrigued by the way in Brooklyn and in Manhattan, you see these odd kind of corners of Europe, you know, sometimes, and generally with immigrants and stuff like that, you know, and a whole kind of culture dragged it with one into one little room and stuff like that, you know. I don't know if I'm entirely making sense here, but, and I can imagine the loneliness the character felt in this huge city, because there's nothing more alienating than to be alone among, you know, 10 million people, you know.
Now I know that you, when you read the script, I mean, you always feel like the character has to become me, right? That's one of your the things.
To a certain point.
Yeah, to a certain point.
In this case.
But if you read this, did you immediately see yourself in it, playing herself?
Sure. Yes, I think. Yes, I didn't have any problem with the fact that she's a real evil character, a real psychopath, contrary to other characters that I've been doing before, which are supposedly known for being monsters, but I never thought that they were real monsters. I mean, but in this case, yes, it's really an exploration of you know, it's a case of insanity. I mean, she's a mad person. She's obsessions. She's fatally attracted to the past. She's fatally. She's in this loneliness, and she cannot really bear that loneliness. I mean, there's a lot of. She's also a ruthless person, as Neil put it. You know, in New York, I mean, you get a sense of, you know, people kind of displaced and coming from anywhere from the world, and she carries this kind of uncertainty about herself. You know, being, you know, Hungarian and French, and not exactly knowing anymore who she is or where she comes from, and. But nothing to save her. She's completely... And from the beginning, yes, I thought, why not? Yeah.
But it's interesting that you say that, and probably you talked about that too, that a monster, you can't play her as a monster. You have to... She thinks she is normal, right?
No,
she
but
don't think that she has a problem.
Whenever you read the newspaper in the morning and you see about those cases, you know, how somebody all of a sudden, you know, crossed the border and goes from normality to insanity, of course, you are always amazed. You know, that's human mystery and human nature. How you cross the border,
right.
And how you become an abnormal person.
I always felt that if Frances had given Greta, allowed the relationship to develop the way it should have, if she'd never seen those bags, you know,
yes,
they could have just had a friendship for 4 years, 4 or 5 years. It's when she rejects the offer of the possibility of friendship that the madness emerges. You know what I mean? And I always felt, in a way, Greta never wants that moment to kind of happen, but once it does, she knows exactly where to go. You know, the kind of thing. It's like, to me, it was a fascinating character. It was almost like there's this potential in everybody, you know, or between every piece of human contact, there's the potential between utter obsession or pathology or comfort and warmth, you know.
Now you've been a filmmaker for quite a while. You see the world around you change in the way people handle the camera. What I like about the girls, they said, he's never be rushed. He's taking his time in everything he does.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And that helped them. They even said that was fun on the set.
Oh, yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely.
You didn't change over the years in how to direct?
No. I haven't made a film, you see, I hadn't made a film for about 6 years, you know. I've been working in television and I've been writing 2 novels, but when I came back to make this movie, I just realized how much I loved it, you know. I mean, it's getting very difficult for directors like me to continue to work in the industry, you know. You know, they don't want to tell the kind of stories I used to tell anymore. But actually, when we were doing this film, and we built the sets in a little stage in Ireland, and we came, you know, to New York and all that, but it's like, I just thought, oh, this feels like home to me. You know, this is where one lives really, or where one should live all the time. You know.
And do you feel that too? Because you have such a great and rich career working with so many directors that you see the different approaches, and he is sort of he takes his time, like maybe in an old-fashioned way.
Not in an old-fashioned way, in the best way. Yes, he takes his time, and he mainly senses the pulse of the actor's inner movements. You know, this is what I really liked when we shot in the stage. You know, in Dublin. I mean, every morning we would, you know, he would never come with a preconceived ideas of how we were going to move in that space, but as we were telling the scene, as we were acting the scene, we all followed our own movements, and Neil found it with us. You know, it was a really good work for that. You know, we never came in the morning on stage saying, "Okay, you will be there, and she will be there, and you guys will be." No, it was, let's do the scene, and let's how your feelings and your body movements bring you into the space, and I will build my staging around your movements.
Wow, but that's really how you like to work, right? That is exactly the way you like to work.
Yes, but that's not necessarily. I mean, I think each film's imposes his own way of doing, you know, and certainly that's.
Well, we had these two quite simple sets, you know, so it was possible to explore both the psychology of the characters and the movement of the characters and construct the images that one wants to construct, you know. It's kind of like an explanation in a way, but it was delightful.
But can you deal with a director that tells you exactly what to do, how to move?
With anything, as long as it's fair to the film. I mean, you sense that, you know. You say, each film has its own way of doing, so you can't compare one film to the other, of course.
No, but I think that you found a way to feel comfortable, you know, and you bring your own experience to the set.
Sure, but there is a million ways of ways to bring your own experience.
But you come to the set like a character, don't you? I mean, you would come to the set every day, and the character was kind of, you know, in your bones and in your DNA kind of thing. You know, it's like, and it's for me, it was a matter of seeing what is this person that is not Isabelle, is somebody else want to do, you know, and.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that, you know, you can't compare one way to the other. You know, again, each film is one other director, you know, could also, you know, be more. But in this case, you know, we also, because we were shooting most of the film in that space, so we were able to find our own ways.
I saw the film this morning, so, and the feeling of what I've been through is still in my body in a way. So how does that work for you? Because when he says you come into character, have you said goodbye to the character already, or is she still in there?
Yes, I say goodbye to my character. I'm very unfaithful, you know. The minute it's over, it's over. Yes. Yeah.
And then the elements that you recognize, or is it really gone?
No, it's there. It's really gone, or it never goes. You know, it's a mixture of you know, something, you know, permanent, and that goes away. Yeah.
Is this what you wanted? The result that we see on the screen?
The movie. Oh, I love this film. I don't know why I love it so much, but it's just. It's because I'd kind of stopped making films, really. In a way, I was writing books, and I was going, oh,
and very good books.
No, it's all too complicated, you know. But with regard to direction, I never know. You never know how people do it, you know. I've never been on somebody else's set and see them work. I don't know how they work. I just know how I work. Do you understand what I mean? You know, I've never gone to film school or anything like that. It's like, I don't know. I'd say Steven Spielberg works in one way, and I'm sure. I don't know what. I just do what I do, you know. There's an image there, there's a camera there, there's actors there, there's a feeling you want to explore and you want to find, and if you find it, you know it, and if you haven't found it, you really know it as well. So it's.
So this afternoon we see each other at the red carpet.
Yes.
Is that something you like?
Yes, it's a nice moment. It's where, you know, and you spend weeks doing a movie together. It's a very intimate work. It's a very personal work. It's completely different from what you feel when you are on the red carpet. But I mean, that's the moment where the movie is going to be seen, to be given to the audience. It's a nice moment. It's a very short moment.
Scary moment.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I hope they like it. Yeah.